So how people are going to prepare for the UCAT this year is going to change because, as you know, in 2025, the UCAT is different to how it's been in previous years. Now, I'm not going to go into exactly what all of those changes are because I've talked about them in this video here, which you can find out about more. But the main thing is that they've dropped abstract reasoning, and that is going to change how you prepare because you cannot now use that to compensate for other weaker areas because that was always the highest scoring one. Now we need to make sure that we're preparing really well in each of the other 4 areas. I'm going to talk about that in this video. Now, a quote that I often say to my students from the physicist Richard Feynman is, the most important thing is that you do not fool yourself, and you are the easiest person to fool. Because what's very easy with preparing for the UCAT is almost kind of kidding yourself that you're doing well and not realizing the reality of the exam. One of the reasons students do badly on the UCAT is because they don't understand just how fast they have to be to get through the exam. So they will kind of delay doing a mock exam or doing anything that's timed till very, very late, and then there's very little that you can do about it. So that's why on the Future Doc program, we force students to do regular mocks at regular intervals, and we do them together where we take them through all the answers and we do a big session for it so that they understand exactly where they're at and know the reality of the exam, which is the most important thing. Now, the first mock that we do is actually for free and it's available to the public, which I would recommend that you join for free by clicking in the link below. So it will be a long session where we do a mock together and then we take you through the answers and show you exactly how to do all the questions, where you went wrong. You can talk to us and find out what you're struggling with, and we can talk through techniques and stuff that you might not be getting. It's really impactful to help, and it's so important that you do it early because it will help you understand exactly where you're at or where you need to be to do well in the exam. If you come in quite late to this video, still click on the link below because we'll add something equally useful that will replace it if you miss the actual date. Because one of the common questions that I get is, how long should I prepare? How much time? When should I start? And it is a very subjective thing. The thing that I want to talk about here is what we call survivorship bias. There are a lot of people out there who you'll see in the comments and you'll see on forums say something along the lines of, I only did 2 to 3 weeks practice and I did really well, I got X score. Now, yes, some people can do that, and there are a number of people that will not do much prep and do really well, but don't be fooled by them because there is something called survivorship bias. Now that means that the people who did 2 to 3 weeks and did really well, they will shout out about it from the rooftops, whereas there are plenty of people who didn't do so well and probably not particularly proud that they didn't do well with only 2 to 3 weeks and might even feel a little bit foolish because they didn't give it enough time, and then you won't hear from them. So you only tend to hear about those few people who did well with a small amount of time, because what the majority of people do is, like I say, they understand what the exam is like early on so that they can prepare smartly for it and really use that calibration mock or that mock exam to calibrate where they are so that they can use that information to understand where they are now compared to where they want to be and close that gap in whatever pace they need to. So what I'm actually going to do is cut this video short here just to highlight to you the importance of doing that early mock, and really the only thing I'm going to ask you to do is click on that link below, sign up to the online mock. Again, if you miss the actual live date, it's going to be replaced with something equally as useful that you can get great UCAT advice out of if you miss the actual date. But that is the main thing that I want you to do to make sure you are on the route to doing well in the UCAT. If you would like some help and have us guide you through the program, through your application, whether it's medicine or dentistry, you can always check out the Future Doc program here and have us help you with it. We've got an incredibly high success rate. You can check that out there. But otherwise, make sure you come to the mock. I'd love to see you there, and best of luck with your UCAT prep, and I will see you on that date.